watching the award-winning GHS-TV, a nationally recognized student television station.
At the beginning of this school year, Memphis-Shelby County Schools was split into 4 geographical regions, with the regional superintendent leading each one. A 5th non-area specific region is made up of priority schools. These regional superintendents will report to interim superintendent Dr. Roderick Richmond. So if you're doing the math, that's 6 superintendents. Germantown High School is in the southeast region. I'm excited to be joined by our regional superintendent, Dr. Michael Lowe. Dr. Lowe, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you, Calvin, for having me.
So could you tell me, what does a regional superintendent do? And what is the difference between it and an MSCS superintendent?
A regional superintendent is originally like we have academic supervisors. In the previous administration, we had network leaders. This year with Dr. Roderick Richmond, he's gone back to a formula that we had back in 2012, which is breaking the Memphis-Shelby County schools into regions. So right now, my responsibility and purview is 34 schools. With those 34 schools, we look at managing teachers, developing talent, and creating a greater place to teach and learn. So those are some of the things that we work on. But for me and for our region of schools, which stretches from Southeast Germantown High School all the way to Overton High School, we're just looking to foster a collaborative effort to go inside the schools and manage and develop all of the teaching and learning that we can for our district.
What authority do you have to make direct decisions that will directly impact the schools in your region?
Well, the direct authority I have is directly related to policy, to procedure. We're looking to have a center for our parents to come in. Professional development for our teachers is right there in the Southeast region, which is directly located on 1775 Ridgeway Road. But the authority I have is right under policy. I don't go outside of policy or procedure, and I still consult with our superintendent. I'm an academic supervisor, so in the area of academics, as well as attendance, discipline, and athletics, we're looking to just boost overall engagement in our school system, but also be a pinpoint or a focus for the Southeast region. It's no need for all of our parents to go down to Hollywood, to the board. They can come down to the 1775 Ridgeway office, and we'll be more inclined to work with you on shaping problems, to scripting paths, and to getting more success.
What is one of your top priorities for academics for your students in your region?
The top priority right now, the Southeast region, 76% of the schools in the Southeast region were level 3 or above. We're trying to boost that number up to 80% this next 25-26 school year, and that's going to be related to, again, delving deep into lesson planning, delving deep into collaborative planning, creating a culture where teachers feel seen and heard, and also lifting the voices and amplifying the voices of our students. So our goal right now is to raise our graduation rate. Right now, the graduation rate for the district is 84%. Southeast, we're looking to get past 92% for our graduation rate. We want 100%, but we have to make incremental, small, bite-sized steps. But some of those areas are 96% attendance rate, 87 to 90% graduation rate, and also increasing the amount of schools that are level 3 and above from 76% in the Southeast to 80%.
So you talk about those gaps of proficiency. So could you tell me, what are you doing to address the gaps in the math and reading proficiency levels?
Well, it first starts off in the classroom. We believe in the instructional core. It's the teacher, the student, and the instruction. Right now, we're looking very heavily into student engagement as well as teacher focus. We are having sessions where teachers practice internalized lesson planning, not just looking at a PowerPoint, but also bringing home what the lesson means. For you as a student, going and saying, how would Calvin understand this lesson? Working out the problems before they're taught, reading the text before they're presented to students. So that's a part of the focus that we have, is teachers coming together, internalizing the lessons, understanding from a student's point of view what will be taught and how will we teach it.
You talked about graduation readiness. So how are we planning to improve graduation rates and college readiness?
Well, those are two good areas. The research tells us right now that ACT is a strong predictor, the ACT scores, of the quality of our schools. So we know that Germantown High School, we know White Station High School, we even know some of those in the municipalities, Houston and Collierville, they have high ACT scores. That's a quality of the school. We're looking to drive those ACT scores, but also look at, are we presenting opportunities for giving the best teachers in front of those students? Graduation rates are important, but also for college and career readiness, presenting opportunities now, because college and career readiness, the definition is to make sure that every child that graduates from Germantown or any school in our district is able to take any college class without it being remedial. If any of our students take remedial classes at the college campus, we did not do a good job preparing them. So our focus right now is to make sure when Calvin graduates from Germantown, whether he goes to Fisk, whether he goes to Yale, Harvard, Duke, TSU, he has to take no remedial courses. That's how we know we got you ready to be college and career ready. So that's our focus right now.
So how do you ensure, you talked about municipalities just a moment ago, how are you ensuring schools like 3Gs get the equal rights that they deserve and with them operating outside of their municipalities?
Well, I'm gonna say this, it's not only my job to make sure we have equity. It's not my job to make sure, but it's the parents' job, it's the students' job, it's the faculty here. It's amplifying voices. If people feel like they're not being heard, then that sphere of getting equality throughout will not be heard. So making sure if our building needs to be repaired, it takes the parents, it takes the students, it takes the teachers. Making sure we give power, not sitting back and just, you do this, you do this. We need to get the voices of the people. Parents have to get involved, students have to get involved. They have to be a champion to raise their hand and say, hey, why can't we have more of Promethean boards in our classroom? Why maybe is the street not paved in our parking lot? So empowering people, giving them voice and not tuning them out. As an old adage that says, sometimes you have to sing off key in order to be heard. So making sure that everybody is heard and that we understand that it is about the dollars and cents, but also it's about the squeaky wheel. Sometimes our parents and our community members may not feel heard because they feel like maybe Collierville or Houston, they get more. But again, we don't want to dampen out anybody's voice. They need to come, let us know we're doing the best job that we can do. And it's like a house. Right now you got mother and father. We want the children to be able to come to both and say, we need this, and we're on the same page. Because right now we can only focus on what's in front of us. Can't look at the future, can't look at the past. Focus on the students right in Germantown High School and throughout to make sure they're getting the best education possible. Because we want our students not to become stackers and packers in Memphis. We're known as a distribution center. The job that I have is making sure when students like you or any other student graduates from Germantown, they're not going just to the Nike store to pack boxes or just scan labels at FedEx. Nothing wrong with that, but we want those students to be on the top floor. We want those students to be in more than just logistics, but in packing, but be program supervisors, driving the planes. We want those students to be able to come in and be marketers, to be able to be telemarketers, to be able to have the skills to speak and to do, and not just be known as the blue collar town where we have students that just stack and pack. So when you have that mind frame that you don't want your students just to be stackers and packers in Memphis, then you're really going to be in tune to say, does this student have the skills and the tools that they need to go not just beyond stacking and packing, but owning, learning, communicating, and selling the vision of what Memphis is. We are a hub for greatness. The greatest export we have in this city is our love for music, is our love for hard work. So we have to export that. We cannot continue just to sit back and let our students just have what we call limited ideas about themselves.
Dr. Lowe, what is one of the toughest challenges you're facing in the region right now, and how are you addressing that challenge?
The toughest challenge, Calvin, right now is, I think, for many of our students, many of our parents, school is different than it was 10 years ago. A lot of our students are coming to us right now. They're raising themselves sometimes. They're fending for themselves. We have sometimes parents that need help. And as a community, we want to make sure we're working together. We all know that many hands make the work light. So we have to chip in together. We have to work harder. There was a time back when I was coming up that if someone in the neighborhood, said, hey son, pull up your pants, you pulled your pants up. If someone said, your son was talking too much in class, that people listen. We can't get offended. One of the biggest challenges we're facing right now is none of us are perfect, but we gotta hear the good and the bad and work together. Even our school administrators, we can't let, or our teachers, we can't let one bad situation shape the rest of the year. We have to get past that. So I think, again, one of the biggest challenges I face right now, we have sometimes people complain about a school, about a teacher, but there's always two sides to every coin. So listening to both sides and try to mitigate that and come together to say we only have a short window of time to educate our students and be willing to listen. I think listening is the biggest key right now for our region, is being able to come down and listen to people and understand that we're coming from the same page.
Dr. Lowe, how do you hold principals and schools in your region, how do you hold them accountable for academic improvement?
Well, we do instructional walks. We've been to Germantown. We've taken a team of PLC coaches, instructional facilitators. We had central office, our academic officer come in. We have expectations for questioning protocols in the classroom. Are the teachers going through questions? Are the students engaged? Are they sitting and getting? I know math was one of the biggest areas in our district where we had a dip. So when we come in the classroom, we want to make sure that students are not just sitting and waiting on one problem to be written on the board or Promethean board and they just wait for the teacher to do it. We're trying to ensure that teachers have those skills and those tools, but holding the principals accountable is making sure in our walkthrough tool we have, like we should be on week 7, we have look-fors. So every week we have look-fors. So like week 7 or week 8, principals should be making sure that teachers are using questioning protocol, that lesson plans are made, that the lesson is followed. Now we know we don't want people to be robots, but we give everybody a structure. There are many ways to make a sandwich, but sometimes everybody just can't have a peanut butter and jelly. Some kids need some ham and cheese or something on their sandwich, some lettuce, some tomato. We want to make sure you're meeting the needs of those students in the room. It's not just one way to teach. So we're trying to make sure, and if those teachers are struggling, we have professional development during the school day. That's one thing we're providing accountability. Principals, you don't have to let your teachers stay after school. They can come during the school day if you release them, maybe from 1 to 3 o'clock. We have a session September 30th looking at getting better, faster, and making sure those teachers come to the lesson planning session. We have videos that we watch, kind of like on Monday morning. Sunday night they play football. Monday morning quarterback, they're looking at tape. We have tape and video for teachers to watch. What were the moves that they made? We have moves for principals to watch. How did you ask this question? When the bell rings, are you up? Are you visible? Do students know who you are? So that's how we hold people accountable. And all of our principals are scored. In the state of Tennessee, all of our principals have a team rubric. The score for the principal is like the teacher. 5 is significantly above expectation. 1 is significantly below. Every principal in our school district is ranked from 1 to 5 based on that score. And that evaluation is done twice a year. So as the teachers get scored, teachers say, I'm a level 5 teacher, I'm a level 3. Principals are the same way. So we're using that rubric to describe what effective leadership is and holding them with that rubric, and also coaching and mentoring the principals. None of us are above any of these principals. All of us are working together, because when the principal improves, the teacher improves, and their score is my score. So it's not a thumb, I got my thumb on you, my foot on your neck. No, we're here to work to coach up and to make these schools better by coaching. I have a coach, the principals have a coach, the teachers have a coach, to help them get better at what they do. And that's developing a greater place to teach and learn, managing talent, and developing teachers.
Dr. Lowe, I want to ask you this. Could you tell me, what are your goals? What are your goals for the region? Where do you see the region in the next 3 to 4 years?
In the next 3 to 4 years, Calvin, that's a good question. Right now, I got a 30-day plan right now. The 30-day plan is basically to have us be a true service center. And when I say a true service center, making sure that our parents know that they can call, they can come in and get support and help. We have food at we have a food bank at our office. We have clothing banks. We have virtual devices and computers that we can loan out to parents or students who may not feel like being in the classroom is the best place for them. The goal I have right now is to raise our attendance for the region to 97%, to reduce chronic absenteeism. When I come to a school and I see kids walking in late, I want that decreased at least by 6%. I think for Germantown right now, we're right at a attendance rate right around 93, 94%. We want to increase that. And chronic absenteeism, for all of our students out there, what they need to know, if you miss 10 days or more, it's a likelihood that you're going to fail one class. So reducing that number, not missing 10 or more days for the year, but getting our students to know, I need to get up, I need to come to school. And not just come when you want to, but we want everybody to come on time so we can reduce that chronic absenteeism rate at least by 6 to 7%. So the goal right now for Southeast region for the next 30 days is to go for 95 to 97% attendance. Come to school every single day and come prepared, not just to sit and get, but to be engaged, to answer questions, to get at home, go over your homework and assignments, read text, evidence, at least 20 minutes of reading or 30 minutes of reading every day. If you come to this school every single day and the only time you read is during your instructional block, then that's not preparing you for college. That's not preparing you for careers. So getting our students to understand, coming to school, 97% attendance rate, reducing chronic absenteeism, reading for at least 20 to 30 minutes, informational text, that's going to get you over the hump and give you the advantage that you need, a cutting edge advantage for the next 21st century learner.
Thank you, Dr. Lowe.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Calvin.
Thank you for watching our interview with Southeast Regional Superintendent Dr. Michael Lowe. If you would like to view more of our programming, head over to GHS-TV.org. And remember to follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram.